Welcome to our second lesson. This is graphing. A couple things about graphing you need to know, some formulas and rules. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, that is rise or run. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is slope and b is the y-intercept. Y equals a number. That formula is a horizontal line with the slope of 0. And x equals some number is a vertical line with slope that is undefined. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples. So this question says find the slope of the line through each pair of points. We have 117 and 6, -5. And so we're going to use slope formula here. Our second y value is -5 minus our first y value 17 over our second x value, which is 6, minus our first one, which is 1. And then we just simplify this. -5 minus 17 is -22. 6 minus 1 is 5. If we can, we'll simplify that fraction. This one, however, neither of them divide into anything, so we are done. That is our slope, -22 over 5. Leave it as a fraction, do not put it as a decimal. Our second example is find the slope given a graph. So what we're looking for is rise or run, so we're counting how much it goes up or down and how much it goes to the right. So we always go to the right. If we go up into the right, that means it's a positive slope. If we go down into the right, it's a negative slope. So this one, from those 2 points, it goes down 1, so -1, and it goes right 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes right 4. So what we do is -1 over 4. And that's our answer to our slope, because this doesn't simplify, and we're done. Example 3. This time it tells us to write in slope-intercept form given a slope and an intercept. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, which is 0. B is the y-intercept, which is 5. So we just substitute those values in. Normally you would be done here, but 0 times x is just 0. We can cancel that. It's just y equals 5. Okay, so normally you'd be done in that first line. Here we had to simplify it a little bit further. Now it's y equals 5. That's actually a horizontal line through 5 on the y-axis. Okay, example 4 here tells us to write slope-intercept form of the equation of the graph. First thing we need to identify is what is the y-intercept? Where does it cross the y-axis? And if we look at the y-axis, it crosses at -2. So our b is -2. And our slope, when we look for slope, we're going for 2 points. I'm going to pick -2 on the y-axis and 3 on the x-axis. It actually went up 2. And it went right 3. So our slope is 2/3. And our y-intercept, like we said earlier, was -2. And when we substitute it in, it becomes y equals 2/3 x minus 2. Remember, leave it as a fraction. And this is actually our answer. Example 5 is a special case. This is a vertical line. If you remember back from the first slide, vertical lines are x equals a number. And so this question, it's going through -3, so it's just x equals -3. The slope is undefined because it's vertical. So our answer is just x equals -3. And our final example is just asking us to find slope-intercept form of a given equation. Slope-intercept form is y equals. So all we're doing is actually solving for y. So the first step to solve for y in this equation is to get rid of the 3x by subtracting 3x from both sides. When we do that, the since we're subtracting 3x on the right, it becomes -3x plus 24. Do not combine these. We need them separate because remember, it's mx plus b. Now to get y by itself, we divide by -8. This will become a fraction. -3 over -8 is allowed. Right? Leave it as a fraction. However, negative over a negative makes a positive. So it becomes 3 over 8x. And then 24 divided by -8 is -3. So it becomes 3/8 x minus 3. And that is all there is to graphing and writing equations and lines. Good luck on the practice.